In a world where power can come from money, politics, or even fame, there are a few families who are like the captains of giant ships, steering through history and making big waves that change the course of our lives. Number 1. The Al Saud family. The Al Saud family, known as the ruling family of Saudi Arabia, has a profound and far-reaching influence that extends beyond the borders of their kingdom. Their power is derived from a combination of historical significance, political control, and economic might. The family's lineage dates back to the 18th century, with the establishment of the first Saudi state, but it's in the modern era that their global influence has become most pronounced. At the heart of the Al Saud family's influence is their control over the world's second largest proven crude oil reserves. This natural resource has not only generated immense wealth for the family, but also for Saudi Arabia, positioning them as a pivotal player in global energy markets. The family's wealth is difficult to accurately quantify due to the blending of state assets and royal wealth, but it is undoubtedly in the range of hundreds of billions of dollars. This financial power enables them to invest in major companies and real estate across the globe, possibly even close to $1 trillion, further extending their influence. The Al Sauds are known to have significant holdings in major corporations, luxury hotels, and real estate in prime locations around the world. Politically, the Al Saud family holds absolute power in Saudi Arabia. The king's word is law, and the family occupies most of the key positions in the government, military, and economy. This centralized control allows them to direct the country's policies and strategies without opposition. Their political influence is also extended through strategic marriages, alliances with other powerful families, and the patronage system, which ensures loyalty from various tribes and families within the kingdom. Internationally, the Al Saud family uses its wealth to forge alliances and influence foreign policy. Saudi Arabia is a key ally of Western countries, particularly the United States, due to its oil reserves and strategic location in the Middle East. The family has used this position to shape regional politics, often acting as a mediator in conflicts and as a counterbalance to rival powers in the region. The Al Saud family's influence is also cultural and religious. As the custodians of the two holiest sites in Islam, Mecca and Medina, they hold a special place in the Islamic world. This role gives them considerable soft power, allowing them to influence the Muslim Ummah community on a spiritual level. The annual Hajj pilgrimage, which draws millions of Muslims to Saudi Arabia, is not only a religious event, but also a significant source of revenue and an opportunity for the Al Sauds to project their influence. Number 2. The Koch family. With a combined fortune that has been estimated at over $100 billion, the Kochs have been pivotal in shaping both the physical and political landscapes of the modern United States. Koch Industries, a conglomerate that started from the acquisition of an oil refinery, has grown into a behemoth, with a presence in nearly every facet of industrial production, from chemicals to energy to consumer goods. At the helm, Charles Koch has directed the company's expansion with a shrewd understanding of both market forces and dynamics. The family's influence, however, extends far beyond the boardroom. Through a network of advocacy groups and political contributions, the Kochs have become synonymous with conservative causes, pushing for policies that align with their business interests and libertarian leanings. Their political activities have sparked debate, drawing both admiration and criticism. The Kochs have been credited with helping to reshape American politics, particularly within the Republican Party, championing free market principles and smaller government. The Kochs' influence is not just measured in dollars, but in the ideological shifts they have helped to promote. Their support of think tanks and universities has fostered a new generation of leaders aligned with their vision of economic freedom. The legacy of the Koch family is thus woven into the very fabric of American society, a narrative of power that is as much about ideas as it is about wealth. Number 3. The British royal family. The British royal family, with its lineage dating back over 1,000 years, stands as a pillar of tradition and influence in the modern world. While the monarchy's political and executive powers have diminished over time, the family continues to play a pivotal role in the nation's identity and unity. The sovereign, as the head of state, engages in constitutional and representational duties, a vestige of a history rich in governance and power. Beyond these formal roles, the monarch serves as the head of nation, a symbol of continuity and pride, recognizing success and excellence and promoting the ideal of voluntary service. The family's influence is not just ceremonial. Their engagements and patronages support numerous charities and causes, reflecting their commitment to public service and welfare. The sovereign grant, funded by the taxpayer, supports the official duties of the Queen and the maintenance of the royal palaces. This financial aspect, though often scrutinized, is a small part of the monarchy's economic footprint. The Crown Estate, a collection of lands and holdings in the United Kingdom belonging to the British monarch, generates significant revenue, a portion of which is returned to the government treasury. The royal family's wealth is not just in monetary terms, but also in the cultural and historical assets they oversee. The crown jewels, the royal collection of arts, and the royal estates are all part of the heritage that the monarchy stewards for the nation. The family's influence extends globally through the Commonwealth, an association of 54 nations, many of which were former territories of the British Empire. The monarchy's soft power is evident in diplomatic relations, state visits, and international charity work, subtly shaping global interactions without the overt exercise of power. Number 4. The DuPont family. The DuPont family, a name that rings with power and influence, has a story that's more than just about making money. It's about shaping the world in ways that are hard to believe. Think about it, a family that started with gunpowder and ended up being a giant in the world of chemicals and materials. But their power wasn't just about selling stuff, it was about pulling strings in the halls of power, the places where big decisions are made. The DuPonts didn't just sit back and watch their business grow, they were always on the move, making sure they had a say in the rules that governed their business. How? Well, they were smart about making friends in high places. They needed to be close to the people making the laws, so they got involved in politics, but not just by voting or speaking out. They used their massive wealth to support politicians and causes. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. The DuPonts were so good at this game that they could sometimes bend the rules in their favor. There were times when laws and regulations that could have hurt their business were softened or even pushed aside. It's the power of influence, the kind of influence that comes from having a lot of money and knowing how to use it. This power wasn't just felt in the business world, it reached into the lives of everyday people too. The products the DuPonts made, like nylon, Teflon, changed how people lived. They were behind some of the stuff we use every day, things that make our lives easier. But here's the catch, sometimes these products came with hidden problems, like pollution or health risks. The DuPonts were so powerful that they could even keep these problems quiet, at least for a decent amount of time. If you're enjoying the tales of these influential families, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more intriguing stories. Number 5. The Rockefeller family. The Rockefeller family's influence and power, while often celebrated for philanthropic endeavors, also have aspects that are now controversial and, at times, viewed negatively. The family today is worth around $10 billion. However, the foundation of their wealth and influence, rooted in the Standard Oil Company, was built on practices that were often criticized for being monopolistic or ruthless in nature. This led to Standard Oil controlling a significant portion of the oil industry in the United States, which was seen as a manipulation of the free market and a threat to the principles of economic competition. In 1911, the US Supreme Court found Standard Oil in violation of antitrust laws and ordered its dissolution into 34 smaller companies. The case became a landmark in antitrust law and highlighted the dangers of unchecked corporate power. The Rockefellers' influence extended beyond business into the political and social realms. Their wealth allowed them to contribute significantly to political campaigns and causes, thereby gaining considerable sway in policy making and political decisions. This level of influence raised concerns about the extent to which private wealth could impact public policy and democracy. In philanthropy, while their contributions have been vast and impactful, some critics argue that the family used philanthropy as a means to further their own interests and to launder their reputation, which was tarnished by their business practices. The concept of philanthrocapitalism has been associated with the Rockefellers, suggesting that their charitable activities were in part a strategic move to maintain influence and control in various sectors, including education, health, and science. Number 6. The Rothschild family. Next up we have the Rothschilds, a family with a storied history that reads like a novel. From financing wars to shaping the borders of nations, they have been at the center of European power for centuries. Their network of banks across the continent financed empires and governments, making them indispensable to the rulers of the day. The family's power was such that they could make or break economies, their wealth affording them a level of influence that few could match. Today, the Rothschilds continue to hold significant sway in financial sectors, their investments and holdings sprawling across a range of industries. Their name remains emblematic of elite status and financial prowess. The Rothschilds have also been patrons of the arts and sciences, their philanthropy contributing to cultural and academic institutions worldwide. Number 7. The Ambani family. Last but not least is the Ambani family, the helm of which is Mukesh Ambani, an individual with an estimated net worth of a staggering $91.2 billion, making him the richest person in Asia and the 13th richest in the world. The source of the Ambani family's wealth and influence is Reliance Industries, a conglomerate that has its fingers in a multitude of pies, ranging from petrochemicals to telecommunications. Reliance Industries, under Mukesh Ambani's leadership, has been a key player in India's economic growth. The company's influence extends beyond the corporate world into the daily lives of millions of Indians. Reliance's foray into the telecommunications sector with Jio revolutionized the Indian telecom industry, making high-speed internet accessible and affordable to a vast population. This move not only cemented Reliance's position in the market, but also demonstrated the Ambani's family's ability to disrupt and transform industries. The family is twice as wealthy as the Kwoks of Hong Kong and possess triple the fortune of South Korea's Lee dynasty. This economic dominance owes to their business prowess, but also to their strategic vision and ability to capitalize on opportunities. The Ambanis are known for their lavish lifestyle and their ability to shape trends and set standards in luxury and opulence. Their residence, for say Antilla, a 27-story skyscraper watching over the Mumbai slums, with its helipads, a multi-story garage, and countless other amenities, is a landmark that reflects the family's place in the hierarchy of wealth and power. The Ambani family's philanthropic efforts are another aspect of their influence. They have donated quite a lot of money and resources, but who knows? Maybe it's just a strategic tool that enhances their influence and cements their position as a family that wields power responsibly. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. See you next time.